site known today as the Ruins. It's one of the most fascinating historic landmarks in Napa County. Located in what was once known as Napa Junction. That was before the incorporation of the American Canyon. The property contains the remains of a massive cement manufacturing complex that helped build Northern California during the 20th century. The area was part of the Rancho Sosco land grant that was awarded to General Mariano Vallejo, and then later the Watson family settled the area, creating the Watson Ranch and helping establish the community of Napa Junction. The Watsons discovered valuable limestone and clay deposits on their property. These two ingredients are important for cement production. This was around 1900. Operations began and laid the groundwork for a major industrial enterprise. Around 1902, the standard Portland cement era started. It bought the huge complex at Napa Junction and it upgraded. The facility included towering kilns, crushers, a rail infrastructure, and processing buildings. At its peak, the plant reportedly produced around 2,000 barrels of cement per day. That's crazy. The plant became one of the region's largest employers, and it also helped fuel the construction projects during the early 1900s. One of the big moments was it was especially important during the rapid rebuilding and growth that followed the devastating earthquake in San Francisco. Around the 1930s, the local limestone deposits were becoming depleted and the economic conditions had changed. Operations ceased around 1935, and later the Santa Cruz Portland Cement Company ran parts of the property, but never the whole thing again. But there's another life coming, Basalt Rock Company. It gave new life to the property when they acquired and expanded parts of the site around 1950. New structures were added, including the iconic silos that still dominate the landscape today. Operations continued for decades, becoming an important supplier of aggregate and construction materials throughout the Northern California. Very significant industrial center for the region. In 1978, though, operations officially ended, and what it left behind was a bunch of concrete walls, silos, tunnels, and foundations, and some other structures over time. Over time as well, nature took over, reclaimed some of this stuff, and while graffiti artists transformed many of the surfaces into outdoor art galleries, as for today, the property is being transformed into a cultural and entertainment destination. It's known as the Ruins, and rather than demolish the historic structures, developers are incorporating them into the large vision that includes concerts, art installations, and community events. As a matter of fact, they've had some recent events there and they already drew thousands of visitors to the historic location. If you're ever in the area, Napa County, American Canyon, Vallejo, it's definitely a place you should stop by and check out. And if you've ever been here, grew up around here, have a favorite story, please share it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe for more California, usually Bay Area history.